X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. A spell that attracts all who spit facts online all the time. Can you see it? All the ones who drag my name every single day. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? They keep saying you don't have what it takes to carve out your own name underneath the shadows of gods. And I keep waiting for the day disbelievers say I flew way too close to the sun. I wait, but it never really comes. The X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. A spell that attracts all who speak facts online all the time. The X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. A force that compels all to rebel from all right shackled minds. Why do they just stand there against when they fall from the battles I have overcome? You feel it, feel the cope and the seething tone that they make while I stand up, man among gods. And I keep thinking with my mill, shooting ropes in my cold that faces towards the sun. They hate, but I'm sitting comfy with their mom. The X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. A spell that attracts all who speak facts online all the time. The X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. A force that compels all to rebel from all that shackled mind. The X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. A spell that attracts all who speak facts online all the time. The X in my name is not just a symbol or a target sign. A force that compels all to rebel from all right shackled minds. It's you and me, your mom, it's me. I'll take another hit from my babe. You'll see now. Watch me right now. Punch your face now. Show you how.
Good afternoon, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. It is so good to see all of you tonight. Hey there, Larry Banks 78, that thing in a Unit B, CoinDog, Insert Creative User, Frump, Prancing Goldfish, Summer Star, Sean Solo, Zoomy Dog, the Trans Daughter of Water, Minimum Volts, Cryptid T, A Pillow, good to see you, Levy, hello there, Puffle Cakes, good to see you in chat, Aloe Vera, hello, Our Family, what's up? Undead Collective, hello. Ali Tally, good to see you. Olive, welcome to the website. Cherry, good to see you. Hello, Xanderhall. I put in the commands for Progressive Victory, like you told me to. Pog, 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 let's go. So yeah, you should be able to do !PV, I think, and you'll get links to a website page where you can sign up to volunteer for Progressive Victory, which is a group that is working with the Democratic Party to try and secure your contraceptive rights, particularly in red states, like I believe it's North Carolina and, I forget, Tennessee. I think it's North Carolina and Tennessee that are the two main states that are the biggest target by Republicans to try and dissolve your rights to contraception. And Progressive Victory is fighting against that, so consider going ahead and volunteering, because they'll have work for you, whether it be getting out there and doing some on-the-ground whatever. Or if it be like at your own computer or at your own phone, at the comfort of your own home, you know, in your comfort zone, they will find something that you can do. So consider it. Zan, the Fed shit I want to say about the rep in my state who switched parties and gave the GOP a veto-proof majority. I'm very sorry that you live in one of the Carolinas, a pillow. That's very hard to have to deal with. You are you've had to level up in a max level zone. You started out in a max level zone of America, and that's just unfortunate. But so did I. I grew up in Florida. I grew up in like the expansion zone. Baked bun. Love you, Xanderhall, grinding FF14 while I listen. Are you in my free company on my server? You better be in my free company. You guys better not think I've like quit Final Fantasy 14 or anything like that. You better look at that link right there. Join my free company. That's the Discord server to get in. We've got a lot of people in there, and the more the merrier. I've been really into FF14, and I'm at the beginning of Heavensward, and I'm gonna be streaming more of the story. The only rule is your character's last name must be Striker. You can have any first name you want, but the last name has to be Striker. Striker. Went to court today to pay a parking ticket, and there was a portrait of Trump hanging there. I live in the Deep South. Yeah, I'm really sorry to hear that. Yeah, you should not live in the Deep South. You should consider not doing that. Simply move. Forehead. The only reason my Bard is not in the FC, but my tank is, yeah, because, you know, the whole Striker thing. No, it has to be exactly the same Striker as the rest of us, otherwise it breaks the meme, okay? Whenever all of us get in there and all of our last names are Striker, people notice it, okay? We have become known as the Striker group. Like, the fact that we all have that last name is a big part of this group's thing, this free company's thing. So if you don't join in, then it's also kind of unfair to the people who literally paid for name changes and made brand new characters and did server switches and name changes to fit into the naming scheme. So at this point, people have paid money to fit the naming scheme, and it'd be unfair for me to change that rule. Plus, I don't have authority over that rule. That's Ethan's rule. He runs the free company. I'm just in it, and like a high-up officer. Strinching, a gentleman does not brag. Winby, thank you for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. Thank you for the $5. Very based and pog of you. Said, hey Zan, have you played with the Create mod for Minecraft? I've been playing the Create Arcane Engineering pack, and it's awesome. Yeah, no, I've seen a bit of the Create mod. I've seen the trailer and stuff, and I always love what I see from it. It looks really impressive, but I genuinely don't have the type of motivation for long-term Minecraft playing on a single world to really get anywhere with the Create. Servers are what really get me attached to Minecraft and a single world for a long period. It's why the most progress I've ever had long-term in Minecraft is on 2B2T. Because, like, it's always there. And I'm always, like, eventually driven to come back and resume where I was, right? And it's out of my control whether or not the world gets deleted or anything like that. Because oftentimes I'll be really into a world, come back to play it again. Oh! Shit, I accidentally deleted my .minecraft folder. Uh-oh, that world's gone literally forever with no way to get it back. So, yeah, it's one of those things where servers, that's not even an option. It's always there for me to resume if I ever get the feeling to. And there's no way to really, besides losing everything, to, like, screw myself out of my progress. Yeah, no, I definitely have been thinking about streaming SevTech Ages. That mod pack, I wouldn't say pretty far, but I got like a quarter of the way into SevTech Ages at one point. Like, I got to the Twilight Forest and was bouncing around with like the slime slingshot, which was really fun, I remember. It was really fun. I really enjoyed SevTech Ages. The progression was so satisfying, and I would love to stream it again. But if I do SevTech Ages, it will be a server hosted with Hash, and I'll be bringing in fans to like play it with me, and a ton of friends as well, and other streamers. And it'll be sort of like a, not like an event, but like a streamed thing until either we finish it or we're bored with it. Enigmatica 2 Expert or even Blightfall is rad. Blightfall is Blightful upon your PC, okay? Like, Blightfall is the laggiest, most shit-optimized mod pack that ever, like, graced my fucking computer, okay? Blightfall to this day runs like dog shit, and it's an 8-year-old mod pack. It is insane. I remember trying to play Blightfall on my old computer when I was like 14, and I couldn't run it at all. Like, at all. Bars, Zan, bars. I didn't even realize I was rapping. I'm a natural. That's what that means, by the way. When someone's a natural at something, it means they do it without realizing it. So, yeah. I will never succumb to the pull that all YouTubers feel to become a music artist, okay? It'll never happen. Mostly because I have zero musical talent. But yeah. Oh no, I just hit somebody. I hit the wrong thing. I hit the wrong thingy, majiggy. Oh, by the way, chat, my mom's visiting right now. And I got her to check out the Fiona and Cake show with me. And for those that don't know, I tried to get her to check out Adventure Time since I was literally a kid. Like 10 or 11, 12. And she finally gave it a watch and was like, okay, that was actually pretty good. And so, I've kind of gotten her into it. She's really gotten into Attack on Titan. When me and, like, if I'm not doing anything, my mom's like, let's watch more Attack on Titan. But we've caught up. We've caught up to the part 1 of the ending, and we're just waiting for part 2 now, but we're gonna have to extra wait for the dub. So it's like, when the ending comes out, we can't watch it, because we gotta wait for the dub to come out. But there were those 8 episodes that were the OAD, I think is what they're called, like the only on video ones. And they're like the backstory episodes, and the one joke episode about Jean that's fucking hilarious. That was funny as fuck. I'd never seen him before. No, it wasn't OVA, it was OAD. I thought it was OVA. I was like, what do you mean OAD, Mom? You mean OVA? And she was like, no, it says OAD. And I was like, oh, fuck, it does say OAD. It has to do with, like, being a DVD exclusive is what the acronym stands for. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know. OVA meant, like, on tape, right? Doesn't that mean, like, an exclusive to being on tape? Like, back when animes were literally on fucking tape? Original DVD animation? Yeah, original DVD animation. Thank you, Evil Rhoda. That is what it stands for. Thank you. Yeah, ODA, original DVD animation. And then OVA is original video animation. So they basically mean the same thing, but the DVD is a reference. Yeah, okay, you guys get what I mean. Anyway, we watched 7 of those last night. The Annie ones are fucking great. Those are really, really good. The two-parter about Annie taking down the drug ring. Like, the second I found out that the person who was missing was a chemist, and she, like, caught the people in the bar with what I can only assume is, like, Oxy in their universe, I was like, oh man, she's missing because she's a drug manufacturer. So it was pretty wild watching Annie, like, take down a drug manufacturing ring inside of the walls, like, taking place in very early Attack on Titan. Yeah, that was a super fun arc, yeah. And the Jean episode was funny as fuck, too. Like, the intro bit where it's, like, they randomly cut in random scenes of Jean and pretend like it's always been there. That shit was funny. I'd never seen those episodes before. There's one left that we have to watch. Yeah, minimum volts. I ended up getting a Crunchyroll subscription to watch the newest releases of Attack on Titan stuff. I never, in my wildest dreams, would have thought my mom would say, Alex, you have to get a Crunchyroll subscription. But that day came. That day came. Anyway. Puffle Cakes, thank you so much for the 4 tier 1 gifted subs. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate the $20 a lot. It really does go a long way. Gifted to Juliet Mindset, Galixia99, Shadi07, and Sean Solo. I hope they appreciate those blue names. Says, I have an established character on your server. Next striker I see on Malboro with full game, I will trade a pet minion to them. Well, you better try to find Puffle Cake's striker character out there in the world and get a free pet. Hell yeah. Puffle Cakes, thank you for the tier 1. Give us up to Livy, or Levy. I think it's Levy. Thank you for the $5. I really appreciate it, Puffle Cakes. Hopefully Levy appreciates that as well. My ADHD makes my Crunchyroll subscription only useful every 3 months. Well, that's just how we all are in this day and age. I think modern tech and growing up on it has utterly annihilated our attention spans, and humanity is doomed. We are all going to die. And, you know, it's been fun. The low attention span of all Zoomers will be the end of humanity. It will cause the apocalypse. There's no way to stop it. It's Jover. Leave is the pronunciation according to my high school English teacher. Okay, I'll say leave. Zanny Wanny. Thank you, Xbot13. I appreciate you calling me that. I don't know why you do that, but okay. Anyway, let me update the donos really quick. Oh, and Housecock. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Says, have a great day. Big Zan Machine, keep up the great work. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Very, very, very kind of you. Bloop, bloop. Updated that dono goal manually. I can't wait for Attack on Titan, the final season, part 3, part 2, part 2. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty cool. Zan, your 2B2T streams got me hooked on Minecraft again. I blame you for this. Yeah. And, you know, my 2B2T streams right now aren't even that, like, peak as far as 2B streams go. Like, obviously, I'm not even building the city yet. We're just gathering materials. And then on top of that, I still have to get my spawn alt so that I can use shaders and do some cool spawn exploration with 1.19. Short attention span, I thought it would be the need to always push the red shiny button that would do humanity in. No, I don't think there's a big red shiny button that's gonna end humanity. I thought Space Cake had more than cannabis in it. I thought it also had psychedelics. What the fuck is Space Cake? Is it like a drug food? I burped. I did a good burp, man. Anyway, do I have a stun lock for us today? I feel like we got a stun lock, right? I can't just get right into segments when I go live. It feels wrong, you know? It feels like it should be illegal. It feels improper, unpure, immoral, sacrilegious. Warhammer Stunlock? I tried to get my mom into Warhammer lore, but I literally could not find a good YouTube video that was like I could understand these videos because I've got enough like outside knowledge to get what they're talking about, but I put on a video and they just seem to assume you know anything about Warhammer. And it's just like, God, I'm a noob to this shit and I know that this is not a good video to show a noob. Like, you gotta, can we get, like, a very basic, like, listen, you're new to this entire concept. You've just heard the word Warhammer 40k and have no idea what that means. Allow me to explain. Like, is there a video like that I can show her? 40k Theories is a 40k for newcomers series that's good. If it's animated, even better. My mom likes little cartoon YouTube videos. Like a little drawings or animation to like go along with it. Luton's video. Luton was the one I put on that was like literally unintelligible, dude. I like Luton's content, but I literally put on 2 of Luton's new beginner like fucking Warhammer videos, and they were literally unintelligible for a noob, like someone who doesn't already know what the Adeptus Mechanicus are. Like, he just name drops the Adeptus Mechanicus and doesn't, like, explain what that is. Either explain what that means, or completely avoid talking about it. Just talk about humans and that's it, and vaguely refer to the threats they face. Like, just start off by explaining humans as the history of humans, and then branch off from there in another video. Like, it can't be that hard. I'm assuming you've seen the Meat Canyon XQC vid? Yes, I have. Please, dude, this video? Okay, let's check this out. Let's see. Let's see some Warhammer lore.
Necessarily serve the Omnissiah, but someone who can appreciate them. You will not be getting my legs today, as I will be replacing them with various things depending on which faction we are currently talking about to add a little bit more context.
A few years ago, me and my mom went to a casino where they were doing this event, like a game show event. It was pretty cool. And they also had, like, banger sliders at the bar and / like restaurant in the casino. Didn't go there to gamble. Literally went there for everything but the gambling, because everything there but the gambling is really cheap because everyone's there to gamble. And so you can just go there and get, like, cheap everything and then not gamble because you're not a gambling addict, and just pay for things way cheaper than they otherwise would be because everything's cheap for the gamblers, but you're not one of them. You've gamed the system. And we went there and they were doing this event, and we went in there and they were doing these tables where they had groups playing different tabletop games. There's a group playing like Magic the Gathering, a group playing like Dungeons and Dragons or 5e or something like that. And then there was a group that was setting up a game of Warhammer, the tabletop. And my mom was like, Alex, you should play it with them. You like those tabletop games, right? And I was like, Mom, I've never played Warhammer before. I don't know the rules, but the only thing I do know about it is that a game of Warhammer is like 10 fucking hours. If you get me to join that game, I'm going to be the biggest asshole in the world when I just say, in 15 minutes when you want to go, all right, time to go. And we're like 1% of the way into the game. And she was like, no, you should join them. You should go. And I'm like, Mom, you do not recognize the time commitment that you were trying to sign me up for, and you are going to be whining and complaining about how long this is taking and telling me to leave and embarrassing me by trying to drag me away from this. If I do this, okay? And she just wouldn't, I don't think she understood like how much of a commitment it is to start a game of 40K, the tabletop. And so she says, I'll be back in 20 minutes when it's done. After, like, I'm getting the rules explained to me. Explaining the rules took 30 minutes. She comes back when he's just finishing up explaining the rules and is like, are you ready to go? And I'm like, Mom, we haven't even started yet. And she's like, oh. And so she decides to walk to, like, 5 feet away and sit and watch for a little bit as we play, like, the first round. And it's, like, 10 minutes of explanation before I roll the dice to make my first move. And my mom's like, okay, are you ready to go now? And it's like, I didn't want this to be my first game of 40K. I did not want this to be what it was like. And so I eventually had to say, listen, guys, I'm sorry. I tried to tell her how much of a commitment this would be, but I gotta dip out. And we were able to find somebody to take my place, but it was it was a little bit embarrassing, I'll admit. Yeah, Warhammer Tabletop is a big commit. It's longer and slower paced than D&D. I cannot believe that something like that could exist. It is longer and slower paced than Dungeons & Dragons. Dungeons & Dragons is a bullet train compared to Warhammer 40K, the tabletop.
Text and possible comedy to whatever the hell I am currently doing. So, hello everybody, my name is Bricky, and this is going to be a long video and a large project that has been going on for quite some time. This is...
Women watching a 40K game. You almost done? No, I'm on my second move! True.
I need 2 hands for this. This is every single Warhammer 40k race in kind of a nutshell, explained, a little bit of explanation, a little bit of lore, a little bit of talking about the tabletop, mostly lore, what they're all about, and also a little bit of background for those of you who just have no clue what Warhammer 40,000 is. Now you see, Warhammer and Warhammer 40,000 is a universe people hear plenty of, but don't know a whole lot about. They see, oh, there's these dudes in big power armor with chains.
My mom was curious what Warhammer 40k was because of the South Park episode. There was a recent South Park episode where the characters are playing Warhammer 40k on the tabletop, and they're talking about they're gonna play 40k, and Stan's dad's like, "Yeah, we're gonna do some 40k. Let's go, bro." Thinking it's like some new drug or something, and it smash cuts to them playing Warhammer 40k like a bunch of nerds, and Stan's dad's like pissed off that his kid and his friends are all nerds that aren't getting drunk, and like doing drugs and partying for spring break. They're just playing a tabletop. So yeah, I decided I had to find a video that would explain it to her, because I can't explain it. I don't have the fucking words or knowledge to explain 40k.
Saw swords, and they got these big old green orcs, and there's some bugs over there, and everyone calls these guys weebs, and then there's these spiky bitches over here, and I don't get it. I don't understand. Where do I start? Well, this video is particularly for you, or for those of you who have a little bit of knowledge, but you're kind of curious about each of the different races and factions in Warhammer. So overall, the Warhammer universe is vast when it comes to lore and background, and each different faction is so different.
The crazy thing about Warhammer lore is that these aren't just random names that are written down for the sake of there being places in this universe. There's at least one brick of a fucking book, at least, that takes place in and explains each of these regions. Star systems, whatever you may want to call it. Like, these are not just there to pad out the world and make it feel big. There's at least a book about each one. And that's not even accounting for video games and fucking comics and other media that has been made for Warhammer. Yeah, there's over 700 Warhammer books, yeah. Because it's a living universe that's being contributed to by literally, like, dozens upon dozens of writers, who, some of them even just only write about certain eras in Warhammer's history, right? So there's some, like, writers that are literally only writing about, you know, the current time, the past, or some era in the past, what have you, you know? So it's very fleshed out. It's like if you had 500 Tolkiens writing The Lord of the Rings. Like Tolkien did a lot in his lifetime as one guy but like, imagine if he had a clone army of himself to expand his universe even further. That's what Warhammer is like, but in space and in the future.
Vast when it comes to lore and background, and each different faction is so different with the things that they believe in, and some are human, some are transhuman, like where they all have all these crazy ass electronics on them. You've got aliens, and you've got the chaos factions, and there's so much to entail that I decided to embark on this project to tell you what each and every single one of them is about, and what the Warhammer universe is about as well, to give at least a little bit of an intro to this extremely bloated but very, very enjoyable world that I and many...
We're not sunlocking on this for very long. Okay, I do like this video, but I don't know, I feel like an animated little, like, intro to Warhammer video is, you know, that's a market that could use some fulfilling, you know? Maybe it's just me. You know what game I've been getting into lately off stream that is actually finally, after like 10 years plus of me owning the fucking game and having paid for it, has finally reached a point where it's good. DayZ Standalone. It performs well. It's got good features. The bugs are basically non-existent or manageable. And I've been having a shit ton of fun playing DayZ Standalone on a modded server. It's been fun. It's been fun. It's a good game. It's a fun time. Xanderhall, please stunlock. I'll pay you. Listen, guys, I appreciate it, but I don't do this for the money. I do it for the money. No. In all seriousness, though, we do have to move on to segments, okay? We got a schedule to keep, guys. Also, chat, I am going to be boarding a plane in a couple days to Florida. And I'm going to be able to revisit some places that I haven't seen in literally 4 years. Restaurants I haven't been able to eat at that I miss greatly. Locations I used to visit when I was younger that I haven't seen in a long time. Gonna get to see some of my family that I haven't been able to see in a long time. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. And of course, I will be doing segments and videos still while in Florida. I'll just be recording them on my phone like I did during that stint where I was traveling to Washington. And every video I would be in like a different location. And there were the ones where I was in the snow. I feel like you guys liked these videos. Did you guys like those videos? The ones that I made while on the road trip here with Demon Mama? I really liked the snow ones because, like, I've only seen snow a handful of times in my entire life. So getting to see snow, just generally speaking, it's very special to me. It doesn't really, it doesn't wear off. The novelty doesn't wear off. It's been a good few months. I'm scrolling. Scrolling. Hot damn, I upload a lot. That's what I like to see. I need to upload even more, chat. It's not enough. 3 videos a day really is the perfect golden sweet spot for uploads. Oh, here we go. Here's an example of the videos I was talking about. Look at that. I'm in the snow. It'd be a bit like this when I'm in Florida, only no snow.
You guys today about some, there's a lot of birds calling. It's just like my normal videos. I want to talk with you guys today about something that I've been seeing popping off on Twitter for a little while now. And that is the proliferation of deepfake propaganda. I don't know how much you guys have seen it, but I know that for the last 2 days now, the first thing I see when I wake up and I check Twitter has been some right-wing propaganda account with tens of thousands, maybe just a few thousand likes in their post, and them making a very big claim about a event that's happening or a Democratic figure, and then adding a video. The video, of course, going viral along with it. The funny thing was, though, by the time I'd woke up to see these posts, Twitter had already gotten to them. Not banning them, not suppressing these tweets or doing anything to actually stem the spread of misinformation. Like, Twitter isn't doing that. Twitter users added context and fact-checked these videos as being deepfakes. And
Well, the reason I'm wearing the sunglasses is because the sun is like reflecting off the snow. I literally tried to record my video without the sunglasses on. Demon Mama can attest to this, and my eyes were literally watering. Like I had tears streaming down my face from trying to keep my eyes open and record the video. I literally couldn't do it. It was just like so bright out from the snow and the sunlight. I had to put on sunglasses to keep my eyes open and keep them from tearing up. So yeah. That's why I have them on. It's also really bad for your eyes to not do that because it was damaging my eyes, you know? Like, it was. Snow blindness is real, and it was a very snow blindness prone day, I guess, because I'd never experienced this before. I'd never felt, like, blinded by the snow, but this is my first time I ever felt it. You can even see I'm actually kind of getting a tan from the sun reflecting off the snow. Like, I look pretty tan in this video for how gray and, like, white the light is. I still look pretty tan. And that's probably because I'm getting baked. I'm getting a nice suntan bake right now. You can see a little bit of red forming on my forehead there. Like, I'm actively getting sunburned as I record the video. I bet I'm a little redder by the end.
And I've seen in the last 2 days 3 of these big deepfake videos going viral already. The first one was a clip of Joe Biden, in which an account tagging, I think it was Jack Sobiek? Is that his name?
Jack Sobiek, yeah.
Yeah, I think it tagged him. Was claiming that Joe Biden was calling for a draft of all men and women above the age of 18 to fight in Ukraine. And it was a video of Biden seeming to say that, but, you know, kind of robotic and weird because it was clearly AI deepfake, which did get corrected as. But tons of people in the comments believed it was real. It had lots and lots of likes, and, you know, people were believing it. People were falling for this shit. Obviously, by now, I imagine they figured out there's no draft. We're not being drafted out to war in Ukraine against Russia.
This could, of course, never happen either, due to the fact that Ukraine is politically in a situation where, like, under EU law, it is not, or UN law, not EU law. Under UN law, they can't, like, no European nation and no, like, America, Canada, none of these nations could put troops from their militaries on the ground in Ukraine. So even that is just completely batshit. Also, we can't legally draft people unless we declare war. Yeah, we have to declare war, and also there'll never be another draft. There'll never, ever be another draft, guys. It will never happen. America has the biggest fucking military, the most funded military in the entire world, and then on top of that, not only do we have the most, like, manned military ever, we've got the most people in our military. On top of that, even if that wasn't enough, we've got the largest reserves of any military in the world. We've got so many people who volunteer and go into the reserves, and who would volunteer and go into the reserves if we were actually in a conflict that required, like, any amount of more soldiers, even if it didn't. There's no universe in which a politician goes through with the politically suicidal decision of implementing another draft. It's not needed. There's a reason why we've never had one. Not with Afghanistan, not with literally any other conflict we've had since Vietnam. Because we don't need it. We've got a very powerful, very manned, very, very backed up military. A lot of people are wanting to get in and can't because of reasons. My point is, there'll never be another draft. It will never happen. The conservative fear of there being a draft is ridiculous. If there's a war, if there's ever a war big enough in the world ever again that requires America to do another draft, it would be the end of the world. It would literally be the end of the world. It would be like an apocalypse-causing war. That is how big it would have to be to force America to implement another draft. That is, like, it would just be over. Yeah, nukes would be firing. Hey, at least then we get to be cool, like, storytelling, environmental storytelling skeletons for Fallout. Or, like, the background of an Adventure Time episode. That'd be cool. Cherry T21, thank you for the 5 tier 1 gifted subs. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate the $25 a lot. It helps a lot. Why do I keep repeating the same word? I gotta find out a way to, like, not repeat the same word whenever I thank you guys. I don't know. My vocabulary gets stunted when I am thankful and flattered by your generosity. Thank you, though. I really do appreciate it. Hey, Zan, I'm going to start my YouTube channel next month. When I finish the video, can I donate it for some pointers from you during a stun lock? Yeah, absolutely. I'd be down to go over your video and give some pointers. Thank you so much for the dono. I appreciate it. Oh, and Cherry T21 with an additional 5 tier 1 gifted subs. Thank you for the 25 bucks. That's a total of 50. Thank you. Gifted to another Nerd64, A Shine of Ray, Gish Fleetier, Ali Tally, Susie Clem BLM. I hope they all appreciate the blue names a lot. And he sent me a link. Let's see what this is. My internet is a little...
Armin Outlet!
Is a little fucked today. Wait, is this gonna get me copyright cucked? I really hope it doesn't.
Armin Outlet! Meow! Is what they say true? Or are you truly a fucked up little shit?
Well, I think I'm perfectly normal, but I may have some desires some classify as off.
We're not doing this. We're not doing this. You're not... What would be the... What's the OK Buddy subreddit for Attack on Titan? The Walking Dead one is OK Buddy Coral. What's the Attack on Titan OK Buddy? It's OK Buddy Titan? You're gonna out okay buddy Titan me?
Okay, Private Alert. We're going to play a little game. One that will determine not only your survival, but that of your bitch friends as well.
Sir, this is horrific misuse of command.
Silent! Armin Alert,
Alright, this is get you copyrighted. Anything anime will get you copyrighted if you're not careful. Although it is on YouTube. It's got 1.1 million views. Okay, we'll play it. I don't think it will. Alright, if stream goes out, just stick around and it will come back on its own, okay? It will.
I challenge you to a personal duel to the death! We shall fight with words to determine once and for all who is the most fucked up human being on this planet!
Now this I can do. I play with human dolls!
I play with human lives!
I laugh at death!
I worship Satan on the weekends!
Satan worships me!
I lick tears off of orphans!
I call arson a career!
I joined the military to watch people die!
I celebrate human failure!
I send men to certain death!
I harass the elderly!
It's Okay Buddy Rayner. I don't know why, but that's what I thought it would be called. I almost said, what is it called? Okay Buddy Rayner or something? And that's exactly what it's called. That's actually really funny. Did I say that I thought it was Okay Buddy Rayner? I thought it. Did I say it out loud? Did I say that thought out loud? Do I get credit for predicting that, or did I just think it? I don't remember if I said it out loud or if I just thought it. Chat? Yeah, I know The Boys is Okay Buddy Fresca. That's a good one. That's a good name for it. That is a good name for it. No, you didn't? Damn it! When I think of something based and true and I don't say it out loud.
Inject my soldiers with disease!
I throw rocks at the homeless!
Oh yeah? Well, you wouldn't
Average
know anything
conservative.
about this because you're a virgin, but casualties are my favorite form of sexual foreplay! Yes! Ha 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 ha! Foolish child! You thought you could match wits with the worst of us and win. You played the cards of a petulant boy, Armin Alert. Now, you and your friends will die.
Armin, I know you can still win this. I believe in you.
There's nobody creepier than you. You've got this!
You thought you were fighting a mere mortal? You thought you could probe
When's it
the
gonna be
darkness
funny?
that is my mind? Fool! I shall drown you in the maelstrom of my nightmares! My tentacles will twist and contort your throat as I throttle you with visions of hermaphroditic succubi and violence and a beetle.
You paid me $25 for this, so I'll watch it. But when's it gonna be funny? And why does it have 1.5 million views?
Devour your armies! But you, only you shall survive. So
Where's
you
the
make your
funny? Yeah.
testament to my will and ultimate prevention!
Okay, I'm sorry. Listen, I appreciate the dono, but that wasn't funny, and it's really hard to fuck up being funny with a meme Attack on Titan video. It's cringe, but I'm laughing at the cringe. Yeah, but it's like, it's not even like cringe in the same way that the Mike Ehrmantraut's Down Bad video is cringe. I've never watched Attack on Titan, TBH. We will change that one day, Pillow, and you will have your eyes opened. Yeah, having watched Attack on Titan doesn't make it any funny or shady 07. It's just a bizarrely not well-made meme video that has an insane amount of views for some reason. I don't know why. You want to see an actually good one that'll probably get me copyright memed. This one will probably get me fucking copyrighted. But there's that one meme video that goes hard as fuck. Massive spoilers, by the way, but fuck you if you haven't seen Attack on Titan yet. Actually, no. A pillow, get out. A pillow, get out. A pillow, get out. You have to go. Yeah, you gotta get out of here. You gotta, yeah, just for like 5 minutes, okay? Just for like 5 minutes. Come back in like 5 minutes. This is big spoil here. It's funny. This is actually a funny one. This will get me copyrighted, probably. Drip. It's the source of all clout. You want to flex? Now? Of course. Drip or drown, motherfucker. The transformation bit's the best part. Massive Attack on Titan spoilers incoming. You're gonna drown. That's a good Attack on Titan meme video, bro. That's a good one. That is a good Attack on Titan meme video. That's top tier. That's top drawer shit right there. All this drip on me, I need a mop. In this world, it's drip or drown. And I choose to drip. You're gonna drown! The drip was unreal, yeah. I love Reiner and Bertolt wearing by any means necessary jackets. It's so fitting. It's really good. I like it. Alright, Fefala, thank you for the tier 1 gift, or the tier 1 sub. I really appreciate it. Very based and pog of you. Thank you, thank you. I thank you for the $5. Didn't say anything, but still, very pog. 2D Siggy, thank you for the $5. Very kind of you, thank you. Said, a lawyer accidentally went through the Minecraft EULA changes and dispelled some of the fear-mongering around the changes. Felt it was important to correct misinfo. Well, I mean, I've already debunked the misinfo that was around the EULA changes. I read over them myself and went over the issues with them. Oh no, this is a VTuber. This is already a bad start. I'm looking at the comments. It doesn't seem like anything that I took from the EULA was incorrect. I know that there were a lot of people over-exaggerating, but the EULA is still a massive problem. Yeah. Regardless, the EULA is a problem. I know people have over-exaggerated it, but something bad being over-exaggerated to seem worse than it is doesn't automatically make it, like, not a problem, right? Like, a lot of people live in that mindset where it's like if you can disprove or dispel the over-exaggeration of how bad something is, then it must not be bad at all. But yeah. VTubers can't be lawyers. That's not possible. Cherry T21, thank you for the $5. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Said, sorry, I thought it had mic down bad energy, because I guess it was the annoying cringe and not the shoving a pretzel rod in your dick kind of cringe. Yeah, it was just kind of, like, hard to watch cringe, because it felt like the person making it was trying to make it good and funny and, like, weird, but, like, failed and just made it hard to watch. I don't know. Thank you for the $5. I appreciate it. I got a video for you in chat. Don't skip it. What is this? I'll probably skip it, One Piece. I can't. There's no rules against. This is my stream. I make the rules. Nope, we're not watching Sonic stuff. Nope, we're on a Sonic boycott. You damn well know. You damn well know we are on a strict Sonic the Hedgehog boycott. An embargo on Sonic. Yep. Sonic is on embargo in this chat. Why? You weren't there. You weren't there for the media share streams. And the endless fucking Sonic videos. Just, it would be like a 50-minute long loop of the same Sonic song. And I had to keep watching them because you guys were paying for me to watch them. The most money I've ever made as a streamer was when you guys were forcing me to watch Sonic videos. Never again. Not for a long time, okay? Not for a long time. But on 100, when I hit 100k subs, as promised, I will play a Sonic game for the first time. Hey, Pillow. I'm pissing on the moon, you idiot! That is a good video. That video goes hard. That one's funny. I will not become a Sonic streamer. That is not what's happening. It's not gonna hurt you, dude. I know it's not gonna hurt me, but I need a break from Sonic, okay? I need a break. I can't listen to the same song for 50 minutes, alright? You burned me out on Sonic by overwhelming me with it back in the day. I still haven't recovered. Yeah, no amount of money could heal the trauma. I will never talk or do anything Sonic related unless it has some political relevance. Good, good. Thank you for joining the team, Apillo. You understand. You know the truth. You know the truth. All right. That said, it's time to do some segments, huh? It's time to do some segments. It's time to sug cements, guys. First, a big fucking puff from my weed vape for good luck. Any of you guys also got weed? You gotta match me, okay? If you can't, I want you guys to understand how stoned I am when I do like political content for you guys. So match me for every hit as long as I hit it, okay? I'll take long, deep hits to try to really give you the real Xander Hall experience. You guys will understand how I feel when I'm live. So let's get into it. High volt, it's a disposable vape. It has one mode. You hit it and that's it. So just set yours to like medium voltage. If you've got one of those batteries, you've got to click a few times, like one of these with the little button on it. Anyway. Like a volcano, dude. Oh. Now that's a good start, chat. Absorb it into your bloodstream. You gotta absorb it in your into your bloodstream. So you gotta manipulate the blood into your blood vessels to go to your lungs in your alveoli, or whatever the fuck they're called, so they absorb. Oh god! So they absorb more of the cannabinoids into your blood faster. You know it's a good hit when you're coughing for moments afterwards. Okay, he's already high. Oh, I'm already high for sure, yes. That's how I like it. Oh fuck, Zan's dying? No, I just had a really good hit. Oh boy, that was a good one. Hilariously, the stream lagged as you started taking the hit, so it looked even longer. That's funny. Alrighty, let's start the first segment, guys. Y'all know what to do when I say action, right? 3, 2, 1, action. Oregon Capitol Chronicle just put out this article a couple days ago, 6 days ago, and it really stood out to me when I saw it in my newsfeed. Oregon Right to Life, it's an organization, sues state over birth control abortion insurance mandate. The anti-abortion group wants insurance companies to offer it as a special plan that doesn't cover emergency contraception. A leading anti-abortion advocacy group is suing state insurance regulators in a case that could hobble a landmark Oregon law requiring insurance companies to cover abortion and contraceptives. The Reproductive Health Equity Act, mind you, this is in Oregon, a pretty progressive and pretty hard blue state, all things considered, as far as its general population goes, although geographically, you know, we all know the problems you get when you go east in the state of Oregon. That aside, very progressive state, and yet these right-wing radical fundamentalist groups are still leveraging the monetary power they have because these far-right money groups back them. Groups like, for example, and I would be very willing to bet that these groups are being represented by either this exact group or some group very similar. Hypers in chat, if you are familiar with the Alliance Defending Freedom. By name, it sounds like a really cool, it sounds like a cool name, cool organization, cool, group of people. They don't sound bad, right? An alliance defending freedom? Yo? I like alliances about defending freedom. That sounds fucking dope. In reality, the Alliance Defending Freedom... Hold on. The first thing that comes up are their, is their website. Here we go. Found it. The Alliance Defending Freedom, founded by some 30 leaders of the Christian right, the Alliance Defending Freedom is a legal advocacy and training group that supported the recriminalization of sexual acts between consenting LGBTQ adults in the U.S. and criminalization abroad, defends state-sanctioned sterilization of trans people abroad, contends that LGBTQ people are more likely to engage in pedophilia, something that back when this article was written was a radical position for conservatives to have, claimed that a homosexual agenda will destroy Christianity and society, another standard position for conservatives nowadays to have. The ADF also works to develop religious liberty legislation and case law that will allow the denial of goods and services to LGBTQ people on the basis of religion. Despite its regular defamation of LGBTQ people, the group has managed to win several special advisory status at the United Nations, in the European Union, and the Organization of American States. Since the election of President Trump, ADF, the Alliance Defending Freedom, has become one of the most influential groups informing the administration's attack on LGBTQ rights. They're a massive money think tank funded and run by lawyers whose whole job is to find cases where they can represent someone who's been, hurt by wokeness and, sue something that is woke or progressive and use their money and power to potentially win. It's pretty scary. The Reproductive Health Equity Act, passed in 2017, requires every private insurer in the state to cover reproductive health services, including contraceptives, at no cost to patients. All but one insurer, Providence Health Plan, must also cover abortion services. The law allows insurers to offer plans that don't include abortion or contraceptive coverage to religious employers such as churches that will exist to instill religious values and primarily employ and serve people who share the employer's religious beliefs. Oregon Right to Life doesn't meet that definition of a religious employer, but it should be allowed an exemption, according to its 32-page complaint, filed Tuesday in the U.S. District Court in Eugene. As a pro-life advocate, ORTL seeks to have all that that it says and does be consistent with its beliefs and pro-life message, the complaint said. This applies to employee health insurance coverage. ORTL believes that funding insurance coverage for abortion communicates a message contrary to its pro-life message. They're basically complaining about having to, like, provide health care and pay taxes that would go into paying for abortions and contraception. So they are suing the state. That is the point that the right is at in regards to contraception and abortions. They are spending money to sue states to try to take away your rights to access them. They are in danger. Your right to contraceptives? In danger. Your rights to abortion? In danger. Your rights to your kids having a free school lunch. If you end up not being able to get an abortion and you end up having a kid, also in danger. Because guess what? The right thinks that kids getting access to free school lunches, and I quote directly and word for word, might spoil kids. They're evil. They're demons. They're monsters. There's no humanity in these people. That is a direct quote, by the way. Do you want me to read that little article? We're doing a lot of, like, mini diversions from the main article we're responding to read other articles. But, you know, we're in a reading mood, so we're going to do a lot of reading here. Republican says free school lunch will spoil kids. Simple search. Congress made school meals free for 2 years. Now Republicans don't want to extend the program. Prior to the pandemic, Jennifer Kapanis, who's in charge of food for a school district in rural Wisconsin, found herself doing something she hates, paying a debt collector. Every week, she'd find herself calling parents over debts their children racked up while buying a school lunch. Many parents who would qualify for free or reduced price meals never filled out applications for any number of personal reasons. While luckily, the district would never take away meals from students, Kapanis said, she would have to call parents and send out letters to get them to pay off debt they honestly cannot afford to pay, quote unquote. The Kapanis isn't alone. Leah Boutko, a food service director in Massachusetts, says that there's about 20,000 in unpaid student debt every year in her district. Isn't it crazy to say student debt, but it's referencing, like, elementary schoolers? Like, literal first graders now have school debt. That's the state of America. Then the pandemic hit. In 2020, the government took several extraordinary measures to keep Americans financially afloat, from stimulus checks to enhanced unemployment benefits. Included in that were waivers making school lunches free for every K-12 student. The waivers meant that kids weren't going into school lunch debt or dealing with the shame of being on free or reduced price lunch, and that lunch providers could expand what food they were offering to their students. But Republicans are blocking the renewal of the waivers, spelling a potential end for the program on June 30th. In Kapanis' district, with meals now free, participation increased greatly. Same for Boutko, whose program used to feed about 40 kids a day. Now they're feeding at least 280 daily. The more kids they fed, the more reimbursement they get from the federal government. Kapanis' district was able to afford to feed our kids better and healthier, quote, buying local meat and fresh produce. They were able to staff up and replace equipment. Boutko has partnered with a local farm down the street to buy produce. Kids deserve to be healthy, they deserve to be well fed. Here, let's get to the part where the Republicans respond. I'm trying to find the article with that exact quote. There's tons of articles that are about this, but I'm trying to find the one with the specific quote claiming that kids would be spoiled by free lunches. Trying to find that exact article. Here it is. Here's a response to the claim. It's from 2021. Free lunch doesn't spoil. There's a Business Insider article on it, too. A Wisconsin school district says students can, quote-unquote, become spoiled with free meals. Okay, I'll turn off my ad blocker. Thanks a lot for interrupting the segment, because ad blocker... Oh boy, gotta turn off the ad blocker. And then you gotta refresh the page like twice before it registers. Yep, I turned off the ad blocker. I guess I have to do it again for some reason. But it's already off, so I have to refresh again. Oh, but it's still, it's still not working. Cool. Oh, no, it's still not registering as off. Oh, it's because I'm using Opera GX, so any site that has this, I can't disable. Can I do it here? Turn off for this site. There we go. Fucking hell. We are entering the age of techno suffering, okay? We are entering the age of techno suffering. There is nothing but misery ahead of us, and we will suffer for the technological advancements we've dared to make. Look at that, a big old ad covering half the screen. Anyway, I'll read the article here. A Wisconsin school district says students can become spoiled with free meals and opts out of Biden's free lunch program. Oh, they could just opt out? That's so cool. A federally funded U.S. Department of Agriculture program that was launched in April gives free meals to all K-12 students, regardless of income. But students who are in the Waukesha school district won't get to participate in that program, as it is the only district in Wisconsin to opt out of it. The reasoning for opting out was that families could become spoiled. Milwaukee's NPR station that reported last week that on June 9th, the Waukesha School Board voted to forgo the pandemic-free meal program that extends through June 30th. While many lawmakers and advocates said the program was necessary to help prevent child hunger during the pandemic, the district's board members opposed the program and said families that could afford to feed their children should do just that. I had 3 kids. I had them, so I'm going to feed them. I feel like that's the responsibility of the adult. Karen Raishanek said, a board member said during a May meeting, I feel like this is a big problem, and it's really easy to get sucked into and become spoiled and think, it's not my problem anymore, it's everyone else's problem to feed my children. Genuinely fucking evil. Genuinely evil. Genuinely evil. Yeah, that was Wisconsin, yes. That was Waukesha, Wisconsin. Their school district opted out of Biden's free lunch program because they said the families would get spoiled. The kids and the families would get spoiled. Yes, that is real. That is what Republicans stand by and believe and fight for. And so if you ever think that they give a fuck about kids, then, well, I assure you, they don't give a fuck about them. I think, you know who really just put it better than anyone? And Cherry, if this gets copyrighted and you can't include it in the video, that really sucks, but I really hope we can include it because this is someone that, for his edgy humor and objective comedic genius, is very much respected by a lot of conservatives. And I feel like he called them out better than anyone else. This is, of course, a very classic George Carlin quote.
They're all in favor of the unborn. They will do anything for the unborn. But once you're born, you're on your own. pro-life conservatives are obsessed with the fetus from conception to 9 months. After that, they don't want to know about you. They don't want to hear from you. No, nothing. No neonatal care, no daycare, no Head Start, no school lunch, no food stamps, no welfare, no nothing. If you're preborn, you're fine. If you're preschool,
You're fucked.
They're all in favor of the unborn. They will do anything for the unborn. But once you're born, you're on your own.
Yeah, it's replaying. So yeah, literal, just, it holds true about conservatives to this day because they fundamentally have not changed. That group of political thought attracts a certain type of demonic human being, lacking in like any experience or knowledge on the topics they form their political opinions around, or B, are truly so lacking in a basic moral compass that they allow themselves to, despite knowing otherwise, fall into conservatism. Dude, why didn't we put George Carlin's head on ice instead of the fucking anti-Semite Disney? Is his head actually, like, in an, like, iced over and, like, frozen somewhere and being preserved? Or is that a meme? Because honestly, at this point, could be true. No, that's a myth. You know they're doing that now, right? Like, you can literally pay, like, a few $1 million to get your body cryogenically frozen. Like, hardcore deep frozen for, like, hundreds of years for them to, bring you back hundreds of years from now when we've got the medical technology for it. The thing is, getting frozen that way destroys all your cells and organs and everything from the tiny little daggers of ice. So we have to be really medically developed to be able to unfreeze you like properly. But it's, you know, if you're dead already, like it's for once you've died to freeze your body as soon as possible. And hopefully be able to bring you back. Cryogenics is such BS. Freezing your body destroys all your cells. Yeah, but you can't say that, like, cryogenics is BS absolutely. Like, that you don't know the future. You don't know what technology is physically possible. You don't know what elements we're going to discover that have the ability to lower the body temperature. If you can freeze a person fast enough, that's not a problem. If you can effectively flash freeze a person, it's not an issue. It has to be a flash freezing, instantaneous, and instant melting as well. That's the big issue. But yeah, we'll figure out something someday. We will. Literally, frogs do it. Guys, you know it's possible, right? Frogs do it. They go into a torpor where they literally freeze solid. Their heart stops. They effectively die, and they spend months like that. Alligators do it. A ton of reptiles that are cold-blooded do it. They figured it out. Just already, they do it naturally. Evolution did it. If evolution can do it, we can do it with engineering and science. We'll figure out a way. We're warm-blooded mammals, but we'll find a way. Sorry for that stun lock. Anyway, as defendant, the lawsuit names the Department of Consumer Business Services and its director, Andrew Stolfe, a department spokesman, said the agency is reviewing the complaint with its attorneys at the Department of Justice. Sean Lindsay, a former Republican state representative who now serves on the Oregon Government Ethics Commission, is the Oregon-based attorney who filed the complaint on behalf of Oregon Right to Life. The conservative BOP law firm, based in Indiana, serves as legal counsel for Oregon Right to Life and is seeking court approval to join the case, despite its attorneys not being licensed to practice law in Oregon. Oregon Right to Life specifically objects to 4 types of contraceptives, two morning after, quote, pills that are intended to serve as a failsafe preventing the implantation of a fertilized egg in the uterus, and 2 types of intrauterine. There we go. Had to undyslexia that word for a second. I had to look at it as it kind of unscrambled and be like, yep, intrauterine. Intrauterine devices, because the long-term internal contraceptive could prevent a fertilized egg from implanting if it's inserted up to 5 days after intercourse. The organization believes that life begins the moment an egg is fertilized, so blocking that egg from implanting in the uterus is the same as abortion to them, which it opposes. That was the same objection at the heart of the 2014 U.S. Supreme Court case, Burwell v. Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby? Yeah. A 5-4 decision 5-4 decision from the court's conservative majority that allowed companies with a small group of owners to deny contraceptive coverage if the owners objected to including contraceptives in their firm's insurance plans because of their religious beliefs. The Obama administration responded to that ruling by requiring insurance companies to offer contraceptive coverage directly to employees without going through their employer-based plan. The complaint indicates that Oregon Right to Life wants to change insurance companies. Its 8 employees now receive company-sponsored health insurance through Providence Health Plan, the only insurer in the state that doesn't cover abortion services except in the case of a severe threat to the mother or if the fetus won't survive. Providence does, however, cover contraceptives, including the ones Oregon Right to Life considers deadly to a fetus. Providence Health Plan is not suitable because it covers abortifacient. I've never heard that word before. That is a brand new word. It's probably made up by conservatives because this is a quote. Abortifacient contraceptives and abortion beyond imminent danger to the mother's life, the complaint said. Oh, so it is a made-up word. Okay, it's literally a quote from the conservative complaint. It is a made-up word. Cool. Oregon Right to Life also considers Providence Health Plan not suitable because Oregon Health and Science University isn't in-network and because it has had steeper rate hikes than other insurers, and the complaint said. Employees also objected to other options such as faith-based medical cost-sharing groups as they want traditional health insurance. So essentially what's happening here is this organization is trying to sue the state so it does not force insurance companies to include contraceptive and abortion coverage in their plans by default. This is obviously the first step to taking the right to access to it overall away. We've seen that they're actively trying to do this in other states as well, particularly the red states where they're having the most success, but they're even trying to do it in the blue states. Living in a blue state will not protect you from this. The right has enough money and power and presence in the places in cities that have a lot of, money and power, all the rich people are, to have that influence. They can use that money to create influence, and influence goes a long way in politics. All it takes is a good lawsuit, and you can undemocratically take rights from people. A large swath of people. It's pretty scary that if you have enough money and you can afford good enough lawyers, you can literally leverage it to legally take away an entire group of people's rights. Oh, did stream F? Oh, it's the internet. It's my internet. My internet's just really pooped out. It'll come back. It'll come back. It will come back. The recording is fine. It will come back. My internet is just demonically bad. It's coming back. It's coming back. It's coming back. It's okay. It'll come back, I'm sure. I know YouTube's not receiving enough data, but it'll come back. We'll get stream back. My internet's been really bad the last couple days. It's been having a lot of issues. Once I've moved and I can buy some good internet, because right now I've got no because it's like, guys, he's probably already... I'm very aware of the internet problems. Is it really that bad? You guys can't hear or see a thing? Look, maybe I should end stream. It's not seeming to fix itself at all. Oh, it just dropped to 0 kilobits a second. That's bad. So it's fully losing any connection at all. Damn, not even one segment. Couldn't even do one segment without the internet failing. Alrighty. I guess I'll do an outro for this segment and then end stream. The internet's not going to fix itself tonight. It never does. No, it doesn't. It doesn't fix itself. Anyway, yeah, we'll just do the outro for this segment and wrap up then. Okay, then. With all that said, you can cut all of that out, Cherry, the internet problems, I guess. With all that said, the right is very obviously waging full-on war against your rights to access to contraception and your access to, in many cases, emergency abortions in the case of very serious medical issues. They like to spread a lot of misinformation about this, and that's what kind of gives it away. Conservatives talk a lot, and I mean a lot, about late-term abortions, which are not really real. Like, they're not really real. Any abortion done at a date in which the baby, and at the point we're talking about here, in this case, it would be classified as a baby by most people, even on the left. It's already viable. Like it's viable to be out on its own. And instead of doing